I'd like to go over how to set up Google Analytics on your WordPress website. Let's discuss the benefits of using Google Analytics on your website. First, what are website analytics? Website analytics are measurements and data about the usage of your website. So as people click around and navigate through the different places of your website, different tracking mechanisms can be activated so that information can be collected. One website analytics tool that is available is Google Analytics. Google Analytics allows you to see how people are using your website. This could be in the form of which pages they're on, how long they're on those pages, which devices they're using, where are they located, and other information. The other benefit of using Google Analytics is you can actually track conversions. So you can set up different goals that you'd like to have accomplished on your website, and when those processes are happen on your website, different information will show up to show those as being a conversion. The benefit here is you can then parse the data to show of those conversions which occurred from different other metrics that you are tracking using the Google Analytics. Google Analytics has two benefits. One is it's free. Yes, it is a Google product, but it is free to use and they'll store the data for you. Second, it is a very popular website analytics platform, so there's lots of information you can find to help understand how to use it. So let's I'll demonstrate some things about Google Analytics. First, I'll show you how to create an account, and then we'll do some initial configurations. Part of that will be adding a plugin to your WordPress website to actually install the Google Analytics code to work with your website. And finally, to make sure everything's set up right, I'll show you how to test using live traffic to make sure your Google Analytics and your website are working together. So let's get started setting up Google Analytics on your WordPress website. First thing to do is actually create a Google Analytics account. So starting at the Google search engine or any web browser, you can just type in Google Analytics. So the website here is analytics.google.com. And I'll ask you to sign in. What's required here is actually a Google account, so hopefully you've already set that up. Go ahead and type in that email address for that Google account. Go ahead and enter your password. And then you're ready to go ahead and set it up. So click the button here to set up for free. And you need to put in some account information here to set it up. So the first one is your account name. I would suggest just going ahead and putting in your business name. So for ours, it's House Service Company. There then is some information here about different sharing things. Most of these are fine. Google products and services if you want to enable it to connect to other things. Some benchmarking so you can compare your website to others if you need technical support or account specialists to come in. So I'll go ahead and hit next. Next screen, it talks about what you want to measure. Since we're doing a website, that's what you want to do, but you can actually use other things with Google Analytics. But again, web is what we want here. So go ahead and hit next. And then finally, the property details. So the website name, again, I'll just call what your website is. So in this case, your business name. And then your website URL, which again will be the domain name you've set up for your business. Industry category, go ahead and search through there and see if you can find one that matches your business. If not, just select other. Again, this is part of those things to compare with other industries. And finally, go ahead and pick the appropriate time zone and click Create. You have to agree to the Google Analytics Terms of Service and additional terms of service. Check through all those and then click Accept. And you'll have an option here to receive different email communication from Google. Go ahead and take your preferences. We don't need to try the mobile app, so we can turn that off. And these helpful tips come up from time to time, so go ahead and close that. And we now have our account created, and we're actually immediately at the tracking tag screen here. But just to kind of show you where to get this in case this screen doesn't come up, or if you log in a different time, I'll kind of start over at the beginning. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get logged into your WordPress website so that you can get ready for the next step. Okay, now that you're logged into your WordPress website, we need to install a plugin so that we can add the Google Analytics code to your website so that it can work as different web pages are loaded. The easiest way to do this is actually add a plugin. So we'll go to Plugins, Add New, and the plugin we want to search for is called Head, Footer, and Post Injection. And here it is, Head, Footer, and Post Injection by Stefano Lizza. Go ahead and install that now and activate it. Settings menu, we'll see header and footer. Okay, let's go back to our Google Analytics screen and we'll go to the home. So again, we can kind of set the information up so that you can find the different information. So what you want to do is you actually, to find the code, you want to go to the admin. You have 3 different parts of a Google Analytics account. There's the account, the property, and the view. We're concerned at this point with the property and the tracking information, and then the tracking code. Okay, so we're basically back to the screen that was there at the beginning. So what this code does is you actually place it on your website and it will execute each time a page is loaded. So as you notice here, it says to copy and paste this code as the first item into the head of every web page you want to track. So that's why I had you download and install this plugin, because it actually gives you the ability to do that. So in the head, footer, and post injection plugin, you're actually allowed to put code in different places of your website. So in this case, the head section. So again, the Google Analytics code needs to first go into the head section, and the header and footer plugin has the ability to put it into different sections. So you notice here we have different tabs. Again, most of these are not necessary for this one, but I like this tool because it gives you so many options if you need to add other code for other things. We're in particular just looking for the head section. And this is, again, the head section of the HTML part of the page. So if we go to Analytics, we'll see there's our code there. We'll go ahead and highlight everything here and copy it. And then we'll go back here and paste it in. So there we have our code there. And there we hit save. Okay. So we've gotten all that working, and we have this. So one way to, or a couple of different ways I'll show you how to test this. The first one I'll show you is just by using the view source. The important thing to look for is this information right here. This is actually your Google Analytics ID. So this is unique to you and your site. So we'll go ahead and just view the site. Again, just a default WordPress site. We'll go ahead and do view page source. And as we scroll through the code, we're looking for that information, and there it is, the global site tag, Google Analytics. There's our code, so we know it's there. But how do we really know it's working? Well, as we're on our site now, we can actually go back to the analytics and go back to home, and there's a special part of, so once we're at the home page, we'll actually go to the real-time screen here. We'll go to overview, and we'll see right now one person is on the site. Now, that's actually us because we're browsing it, and they're on the home page. So what we'll do is we'll come back to here and we'll actually click on this sample post called Hello World. We'll notice that up here the path will change to this one. If we go back to Google Analytics, we will see the top active pages momentarily change. And there it is. So obviously we clicked on it, we saw the results, so we know our Google Analytics code is now connected and working on our website. So some conclusions. Again, the reason you want to use Google Analytics is so you can see website usage and the different measurements that can be made on your website, to track conversions as people do different actions on your website. And Google Analytics, again, is a free and very popular platform to use.